Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian here, KJ95, coming at you guys with a gameplay breakdown, I guess. Something that I meant to do yesterday, but I forgot to do that. Let me just make myself a little bit smaller here. I forgot to do it, didn't do it yesterday because it was so hot out yesterday and I just didn't want to go through it. But I want to give my thoughts on the gameplay first look, as if we didn't have the beta already, but from what I understand, like my feedback on the beta, I don't think I made it clear on the channel, but I thought it was fine for the most part for the gameplay. There was a couple of things I didn't really like about it. Obviously, man coverage was pretty insane. Overall, I thought pass rush was pretty weak in terms of like time that they get to the quarterback. I remember having guys like fucking Justin Fields, who had one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL last year, had like 5-6 seconds consistently to find a receiver, even if I'm sending like even if I'm rushing 5 or 6. So, yeah, pass rush overall was pretty mid for the most part. So I do think also like edge blitzes were pretty overpowered, but it seems like they did say that they addressed all those. So this is the first look at the gameplay. There is a few things I'm going to highlight in here. But for context, for the quick summary, for those of you guys that have completely forgot or do not know, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes both have a throwing ability. Gonna keep that in mind. I think they both have pass elite, and I think Buffalo is Cleff, and then Dez is Kansas City, and I think Cleff is in the Broncos offense, and Dez is in Kansas City, is in Cincinnati's offense. So So there is a couple of things that they talk about like right away, right here, immediately off the jump, like first play of the game, immediately just down the field for a 70+ yard touchdown. Again, I touch on the press man thing being overpowered and shit like that. Being a thing that was like completely insane. Just put this at half speed real quick because they showcase it here relatively early. I think you're right here. So you see press man. Now the thing is, they have Stephon Diggs, or at least they have Stephon Diggs in this play moved as the slot receiver. So obviously, an elite receiver like Stephon Diggs is going to absolutely destroy a mid corner, especially for the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as guys like L'Jarius Sneed and even like Justin Watson, I believe is the other guy's name, are really really good corners. They're not all that fantastic for the Chiefs. And right here, Stephon Diggs just absolutely demolishes them. You guys do also notice that there is a new feedback thing for, accuracy, the result of it, and then the type of pass you threw. So they actually have that this year for the game, which I guess does kind of help out a little bit because it allows you to see like, was the pass like really good, or was it like a bad throw, or did you did you just drop it or stuff like that. So high throw here. A couple of things I want to move forward to. There was one play that I noticed that I wanted to touch upon. I think it was on this drive. Let me just try and find it here real quick. Okay, it was this play right here. So we see right here, obviously. So here's the things, by the way, like right here. So you see right here, we go to throw this ball. He goes to wind up and throw this ball to Kadarius Toney. Let me put this playback speed on half speed real fast. So you see, like right here, obviously it's a 3 deep shell. Now, as he's throwing this ball, I feel like this pass probably could have been pushed out more here, but maybe the safety would have come over and knocked that out. So, but you see right here, the outside corner just completely gets a nice breakup animation on the play. Kind of doesn't really warp to it, I feel like he's already on the way there. Actually, there was some warping there. So, he automatically like warps to it and gets a knockout, which I think that, yeah, it's Kyler Lam, which, I mean, considering how how bad aggressive catches have been over the last couple of years and whatnot, I think it's fine to have some warping this year with the defensive backs and whatnot, as long as it's not like gonna take away like obvious like open reads, you know what I mean? Like, or just completely destroy like the balance of the game. I don't really care. So go skip forward ahead here. So right here, there's another thing I want to showcase. So they actually, on this play, so it's a 4th and goal, obviously. So he tries to throw a high ball to Travis Kelce. We all know how broken high balls were last year. They were absolutely insane. especially in like the red zone. They were pretty broken. But right here, you see a nice knockout to from Travis Kelce of all people. Travis Kelce, I believe, has red zone threat on him, if I am not mistaken. I could be completely wrong about that, but you see Mahomes, Dez throws the ball up and over. He tries to high ball it, but Williams, with the new hit everything 2.0 that they have, or like the new midair collisions, you see right there, they're showcasing like, yes, it's a knockout, yada yada yada. So like here it is, like the knockout stuff, and it also showcases like the new feedback stuff that I was talking about. So like, good, like I'm completely cool with that as well. Again, like with offense being not as good as it could have been the last couple of years, I'm completely fine with these changes. And this, warping stuff for the most part, I'm completely okay with. Then we go to this play here. Now, this was something that I really noticed right away, like right here. So you see in this play, you see the outside linebackers, I believe. Actually, no, I take that back. If you look really closely, the ends are actually in the contains, not the outside linebackers. So they actually did not change that from last year. A lot of people saw, when they looked at this play, they saw that it was they thought there was these outside linebackers in contains. But if you actually looked really closely, you actually notice that this is the ends are actually in the contains. And hell, they even act like it. Like you see on that left end, the right end there from Karlaftis, he's engaged in he's in a contain animation. So. Right here, a couple of rollouts here for Allen, with Cleff going out of the pocket, going both left and right, by the way. And on a 3-man front, like dollar, dime 2, 3, stuff of that nature, I'm completely fine with 3-man rushes getting completely demolished and not having rollouts be effective. Right here, you see a high throw that was dropped. Obviously, they talk about it like, oh, here's the new fancy stuff with the throwing and with the throw stuff. Right here, obviously, this was another one I wanted to showcase. So it's a 2-deep zone. Obviously, one thing I had a problem with last year with cover 2 specifically at times is if you had a soft squat on the outside corners, sometimes they wouldn't carry. Actually, about a good 85 to 80% of the time, they wouldn't carry the receiver vertically down the field. They would often stick in the flats, leaving the holes on the sideline right here between the safety and the corner open for a big gain. But now this year, they're actually sinking. They're actually sinking with the vertical threats, especially, especially this guy right here, who's obviously got nobody in the flat. So they just sink down and they take away the vertical route, which good. I'm glad to see that that's a thing, because obviously that is a bit of a problem. Right here, again, another, this one's a flood throw along the sideline. It is another cover 2 play. You see right here, the vert hook takes the flat. The corner on this side of the field is is definitely lurking right here. And then when Dez throws the ball, you see Trey White is right there, picks it off. To Kellen Moore, which I don't know if it was a double Mabel on that side, probably wasn't, but I mean, that's completely cool with me. Now, obviously, they talk about this new the fact that they put with this bolt. This play was never good. I don't know why people thought it was, but this play was never good. It just wasn't. I think it's because you could flip it and have your receiver take that tight end seam route real fast. Now this is crazy. This is actually psycho right here. Kind of glad that this didn't get completed. That's just psycho right there. Skip ahead a couple of minutes here. Let me just find the play here. Oh, here it is. So it's this play right here that I wanted to showcase as well. So keep in mind as well, again, both Allen and Mahomes have a throwing ability. You saw a nice breakup in the red zone with Travis Kelce earlier. So here's another really good breakup. Again, for those of you complaining that you think velocity chems are a problem, even though I would disagree. I think this year, I don't think they're going to be that big of a deal. They probably will be, but they probably won't be at the same time, because of the fact that now it seems like they're actually looking like they're breaking on the ball. And one thing that they mentioned in this that I'm not going to showcase or play in the audio is they mentioned how KOs were a huge deal in Madden 23, which they were. They absolutely needed to be a thing. Otherwise, you were just not going to play. You were just not going to get a stop in any way, shape, or form.
or you were not going to have a defender play their assignment correctly at times. But now you see how, you know, this outside corner right here is going to be, you know, he actually breaks on the ball, and he actually gets a good hit in the back on Gabe Davis. Now, I know they touched on in the beta how, you know, people, when you hit them in the back, there was a bug where, like, everybody dropped it. Now they're actually tuned that a little bit. I said that was completely okay as long as it was big bodied receivers like DK Metcalf, Andre Johnson, you know, what's another big body receiver that I'm literally trying to think of here? Like Travis Kelce is another one that's a big body receiving threat. You know, those kind of guys, if they're hitting the back, you know, maybe they can hold on to the ball a little bit more because they can survive those big impacts. But right here, obviously, Gabe Davis is not a big body receiver, not even fucking close. And he gets a knockout and gets the ball knocked out from him. And again, you see, Josh Allen, again, I'm going to reiterate, has pass lead elite. And the cornerback was still able to make a nice break on the ball and was able to knock it down. So, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that. I personally think this is fantastic because, again, I don't think velocity cams were the problem. I think the problem was defenders just did not break on the ball consistently well. They just did not do that. So that's what I think and whatnot. So right here they showcase like some run blocking stuff, which in the open field you see the guard right there gets up there and takes out number 6. You know, it's just small stuff of that nature with the running back, with the run game, like, you know, blocking and stuff, how they've changed a lot of that, which, I mean, good for them. I'm glad that they've actually made a lot of changes because they did actually need to be having a bunch of stuff changed. Right here, Trey White, you know, gets a nice catch. Not Trey White. Travis Kelce gets a nice catch there. You see right here a motion slant for Richie James, I believe. So, you know, completely fries that receiver, that cornerback, and is able to get down the field, gets the first down, yada, yada, yada. Moving on, swatted away. This one was another play that I think a lot of people are talking about too. Right here, you see Tyron Johnson swats that ball away. When you actually, like, try to... Yeah, it's Tyron Johnson. Yeah, a guy clicks on, I think Cleff clicks on and swats that down. Which, good for them because obviously, you know, I think that was a problem last year with high balls is they just did not swat it down or try to play it, but now it actually showcased. I think that was a high ball, was it? Yeah, high ball swatted away. So yeah, it actually is really good now because obviously the last year defenders wouldn't try to swat down the high balls and all that stuff. So this is psycho. This is actually kind of nuts. So obviously cover 3 seam, you know, hit the seam, and then boom, right there, Travis Kelce gets absolutely destroyed by Jordan Poyer. It's actually kind of crazy. Holy crap. So notice how the warp, like how he's like 5 yards off, like from where he catches the ball, right? So you see he catches the ball at the 10-yard line. You see Jordan Poyer's like at the 5, but then he just like warps immediately into the breakup and gets an incompletion. Now that might be a bit much. I will say that might be a bit much. But I would say meh. Like, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think that is a bit much though. But I do think it is a bit much to have that type of stuff happening. Right here again, another knockout by Poyer on a corner route, I think, for the receiver. So right here. Oh yeah, this play has me a little bit going, what the hell? You see how just Richie James just completely breaks all that. Like, how does this happen? Like, granted, for all the positives I am seeing in this game, this is one of those that's making me go, what the hell, right? So it's a jet motion, like, handoff, right? So you see right here, he hands the ball off. Boom. Okay. So first off, terrible... I wouldn't say terrible, but not the greatest of users by Cleff on that. Probably should have stuck with the running back, the handoff there. But like right here, you got 5 people. Tyron Johnson, Jordan Poyer, I think Micah Hyde's in there somewhere. You know, all Tre'Davious White's even in there. Like, you got like 5 people potentially trying to tackle this guy. And somehow he just don't tackle him. How does that happen? In my opinion, that is kind of crazy how this is still a thing. Like, how do you just let that happen? Like, holy crap. Right here, so they showcase, like, the open field blocking mechanic, the new open field stuff. So right here, number 41 gets a good block there on the number 38, gets a first down. So another toss play here. They actually get another good gain on that. So the third time, they actually run it a third time here. So you see right on this one, this time the backside linebacker is able to get back there and make the tackle. And they actually highlighted this too. So you see this backside linebacker here. I don't know who that is. I don't want to say that's Karlaftis because I feel like I'd be wrong horribly. But you see right here, like he gets a nice tackle. I think that's Thornhill, not Thornhill. Daniel Sorensen, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, gets a nice tackle back there. Now they also mentioned like it's the reaction for that type of stuff, as they talked about in the beta, is dependent, or in the notes for the game, is dependent on the difficulty. You know, right now they're playing on all pro, so all Madden difficulties, it would probably be a bit faster, the reaction, like maybe 2 plays, maybe 1 or 2 plays, and then they recognize it immediately and they take it off there. That's just crazy. This is actually just psycho. So I think this is a 4-man rush. Okay, so he's able to get out. The ends actually do disengage. But you know, click on, you know, Cleff makes a nice play and Dawson Knox takes off for a touchdown. So yeah, definitely a pretty nice overall thing there. I think the other thing that they wanted to they actually showed was the Stefan Diggs again. Like they really wanted to make it apparent to us this year that yes, we heard the complaints about press man and we are making a conscious effort to make it worse. Like we are absolutely making a conscious effort to make it worse. Right here, pretty good defensive play there. Honestly, I'm not even mad at I don't even think that throw was a bad throw. I just think that was a good play by Trey White. So again, another 2 deep zone. I think they show a replay of it. No, not a good replay. So another 2 deep zone here. Cover 2 actually looks like it got significantly better. I'm going to be completely honest. Cover 2 does look like it got a lot better as a coverage this year. A lot of people had problems with cover 2. So it does seem like cover 2 did get better. So you see the vert hook linebacker that was like right here. You see he's going to take the shallow cross from R1, which does leave this open right here. Probably, I would say lead it up the field a little bit more and you probably got a good gain. But right here you see Tre'Davious White in his cloud flat. He actually does, you know, make a nice play, which again, they touch on it they touched on it in the beta notes. Obviously, there's a see ball, play ball type of aspect to the game this year, where if the defenders actually are seeing the ball, they will actually look to make a play on the ball, which, you know, nice play right there. So you see right here again, backside linebacker recognizing the the dig route coming across the field, gets to a respectable depth, and then knocks it down. Right here, another press man just absolutely getting fried. They really wanted to make it an emphasis, like, hey, we heard the press man complaints. Here's the changes now. It is completely dead. So, I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I truly don't hate it whatsoever. There was one play in the fourth quarter I wanted to this one. I think it was this one, and then there was another play I wanted to showcase. So here, Cleff actually calls cover 2 invert. Like, he actually is calling inverted cover 2 on this play. So one complaint that a lot of people had with zone specifically is they don't sprint at times. They shuffle and then they sprint. Well, this year it seems like the deep half defender on a cover 2 and the inverted cover 2 is going to sprint back to try and get to that spot of the field. Now, granted, the pass was caught. Like, don't get me wrong, the pass was caught, but the thing is, it's a wide open corner route on a cover 2, which is supposed to get open. That's how, because you got to smash, not smash. You got like a good, it's like a little bit of a flood concept here. So you got this guy right here taking down the deep half safety, and then you got this guy right here occupying the flat defender, which leaves this corner route wide open in an inverted cover 2. So yeah, like, I don't hate that. That's good play calling. That's, that's the way that it should be. Right here, another crazy, almost, I wouldn't say a knockout, but crazy stuff right there. Right here, go to an RPO. Yeah, they just throw, the Pacheco gets in the end zone. And I think that was the play I wanted to showcase. But overall, my final thoughts on this, it does seem like man coverage is dead. Not necessarily dead, but man coverage is going to be a lot less effective of a defense that it should be, and that's personally how I enjoy my game, because quite frankly, I don't care. Fuck man coverage. It's the set and forget defense. I don't care. So it seems like man is completely dead, which I'm for. Zone looks much better. Zone looks much better. I hope it stays that way, but I feel like it probably won't. But I'm hoping it stays that way overall. Escaping out of the pocket, which is a big concern for a lot of people. I will say I'm completely fine with escaping out of the pocket, how it is in this game. As long as we don't get Madden 22 escape artist level of bullshit, I am not going to be too upset about it. But that's all I got, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree or disagree with anything I said? Let me know what you guys think about Madden 24. Are you excited for Madden 24? Let me know, guys. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.